Bonsoir, bonsoir, mon ami, tout bien? All good, okay, let's try the mute, okay?
very good evening to you and welcome to the Predator American Junior Showdown. We are coming at you live from the Rio All Suites Casino and Hotel in lovely Las Vegas. We have a quarter-final match between Adrian PRASAD and Las Martinez. It's 10 ball. It's a race to four, best of 3 sets with a shootout if we go to hill in the deciding set. It's called shot, of course, 3 foul rule. We are going to lag to see who breaks off in the first set. It's winner breaks from then on, but then in the second set, the other player will break first. Okay, joining me in the booth for this one is the birthday boy all the way from the flattest country in the world, I would say. It's Tim de Ruyter. Hello, Tim.
Hi Mark, very happy to be back in the booth. Did you see what happened there on the break? I think they were even on the break, on the lag, and that's why they re-lagged, but then Laz lost it. Did you see that?
I didn't see that. I was checking out all the other stuff going on at the moment. Of course, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty of a few competitions, down to the last 32, Tim, by the end of today. In the Las Vegas Men's Open. The women start out, I believe, tomorrow it is, or the day after, and lots of other great stuff happening as well, with more showdowns between the World 9 ball and World 10 ball champions in the female divisions, Christine Tkach and Rubelin Armit, down to the semi-finals of the juniors by the end of today. Also, who's it going to be joining the other 3? Cast your eye over this break, Tim.
Oh, this is a pretty sweet break actually. The 2 ball being kissed in. Was initially not going into the side, but a little bump. Just watch the 4. 4, 8 into the side. No shape on the 1.
He done that thing pool players do, didn't he? Just as he with the ball, just as he knew it was going to nudge him, kind of give it a bit of body English, you know, like you players do.
Oh, I'm the worst at it. That's the thing. Like, I'm horrible at it, so I know that feeling. He went aggressive there to make something happen. Could have maybe played a better safety, just to make sure to stay in control. Laz could come up with a big jump shot and get shape on the 3, and then the rack is open. So first shot for him at the table.
You're just 18 years old, Tim. Already a 736 Fargo. That's pretty high, isn't it, for a junior?
I'm not gonna say that was a must make, but if he had shot it to the corner, could have been safe a little bit more often. If he was always gonna shoot it to the side, it was a must make. Missing it was gonna leave something. So now, let's see if he cuts the 1, lands on the 9 ball to make sure he has shape on the 3 ball after. Oh, he shot it to the corner. Very clever, actually. I wasn't expecting him to do that. Of course, with the new felt, corners playing a little bit bigger, so he played pocket speed. Very important first game, of course, for both juniors to get their stroke out, to get feeling for the table. If they can get out, a very big confidence boost right after.
What's the tricky positional shot here, Tim, if any?
Yeah, I was just gonna look at it. Maybe just. Ooh.
Oh, dear, oh
that
dear,
was
that's some way off. What happened there?
I felt like he poked at it just a little bit. Like usually he likes to open up on the strokes, but now it was a very short. No, actually on the screen it didn't really look like it. He must have just just mishit it. Like I'm flabbergasted, just like you are, Mark. I don't know what to say. Like in
Yeah,
this
I thought I was
case,
trying to find an excuse. Maybe he got a bad skid or something, but it didn't, did it? It just looked like a misjudgment. Well, that's one as well. Dear, oh dear, nervy start from both of them. But, you know, they are juniors. They're going to start off with a few jangling nerves earlier on. He's just caught that a little bit thicker than he wanted to, I think. Ended up going
well,
in the side pocket.
the interesting thing for Laz is that the shot clock started beeping and he didn't even know what to do. I looked at him, his body language said, what to do? And he just dropped down and shot at something. He had extension right there to figure out something. So I think that was more of a time fall than a mishit. Still,
Yeah, and this wasn't a great shot, was it either? With ball in hand, having to leave himself a long way from this 6 ball. Now, okay, it's quite close to the pocket, but it's still missable.
well, he also has to hold the cue ball, which is tough. Long distance, your mind is trying to trick you into aiming the ball a little bit thicker. So usually I would tell myself to aim this a little bit thinner. I'd rather overcut this and hold the cue ball, because that's usually a shot you wouldn't do on this. It's so easy to miss this on the thick side. Ooh, well, he just went to make the ball. It's not gonna be very nice shape. There was not too much in between unless you played with some drag, some draw, but so tough.
16,000 added prize money to this tournament. Adrian PRASAD at the table defeated D'Angelo Spain in the previous round. Martinez actually had a bye team. 12 players taking part. 2 ladies. Sophia Mast already gone out to pay McBride earlier on this morning, but we saw Savannah Easton coming through in yet another shootout. And there's another semi-final in progress at the moment. Nico Konkel is up against Hayden Ernst. Payne McBride and Savannah already through to the semis.
Yeah, definitely one of the players I haven't seen that much yet is Laz Martinez. I've seen quite a bunch of Adrian, Sophia, Savannah, Payne McBride. I've sparred with him, with Johan Roysink, so definitely seen most of the American juniors. Just this young man, a little bit under the radar maybe. I mean, haven't seen him that much, but definitely came up with a good solid shot there on the 8 and great angle on the 9 to get the first game on the board, to get to the 10 ball here.
Well, it's okay. Well, it's not okay from that angle. It looks a lot steeper, doesn't it, from behind the cue. Needs to make this. Keep the head still. Deliver the cue through smooth and straight. Nicely done.
That's something most of the juniors nowadays do really well, is that they are just they get taught to not move on the shot, where back in the day it was very regular to twitch, to move, to put the legs in there. And you just see the juniors nowadays, they, like you said, the head stays very still. So it's just the back arm moving. And especially on the cuts, whenever you move on the cuts, you're just dropping your percentages so much. And that's one of the reasons why he ginned it. In my opinion, he stayed dead still, looked very solid and made it.
You mentioned coaching there, you know, the kids now growing up, they all have coaches. You mentioned the great Johan Reisink earlier on, and I don't know whether you know, Tim, but I recently got to interview Johan. What a tremendous guy, what a fountain of knowledge that guy is, and highly respected in the pool world. And I know he's a Predator man himself as well. So if you're watching these juniors, Johan, thank you once again. Here we go. Number 2. Decent break, Tim.
Yeah, a little bit more of a cut on the break, so not making the 1 or the ball right behind the 1 ball. Made the 6 ball in the corner, I believe. A little bit random. But I think he does have a shot on the 1 ball. Tough to get to the 2 ball, but at least he has something to make something happen. I'm already tilting my head to try to figure out what he could be doing here.
Can he draw past the 9, Tim? Has he got enough angle to draw past it? Just? No?
I feel like he has to run into it, and that's trouble in this matter. Just because of where the 7 is. The 7 is right in between, so if you catch it full... Yeah, maybe you can play full draw and draw off the 9 ball for the 2 ball in the side pocket. That's very aggressive though.
Goes in the corner, he's finished on it nicely.
Did a really good job there to make sure the cue ball stays alive. Shot on the 2. 3 does go on the side, so possibly if he manages to connect the dots, could be an early lead here. Ooh, watch out, cue ball.
Did he bump it just enough, Tim? Is there daylight between the purple 4 and the cue ball?
He looks like there is a little ray of sunlight, but playing with fire.
Nice angle on the 4 to just drift across for the 5. Has to get to the 7 next though, Tim. 6 already gone, of course, on the break.
Yeah, not too tricky layout. I mean, if you get, how do you say, quite decently on the 7, quite straight, and anything but extreme angle on the 7 guarantees you an angle on the 8 to drop back down for the 9. So, oh, we played inside. That's tricky though, because you get distance and you could be on the rail. So now the 7 ball is a little bit more tricky. I would have liked to play that low left, get to the center, get close to the 7 ball. Not saying he can't get out here, but he made his odds a little bit worse being on the rail. That's why he's called his extension mark.
Well, before we went live, Tim, I was watching on the YouTube. I was just watching the chat there before they started the match, and there was a lot saying that this guy at the table now is a big favourite in this match, Les Martinez. And just looking at him early on, he's got some really, really nice technique. Loving the stroke, really loving his stroke, very assured. He's got a good rhythm, and he looks very confident.
Ooh. Yeah, so far, I mean, we have obviously not seen so much from Laz. That's how they call him, Laz. We've not seen too much from him. 2 games. We would favor him to run out here, so 2 games on the board. But I gotta say, to play an arena like this, under the shot clock, he's looking quite stable. And at his age, that is something to look out for. You know, that's a big promise.
Well, I know a lot of players now There's a referee just telling him to hold it. Don't reach for any balls until the cue ball has stopped rolling. It will cost you. It will be a foul. They are told that. Yeah, just going back to what I was about to say about the shot clock, Tim. A lot of players now are practicing at home. There's an app that was brought out that enabled you to use a shot clock that beeps and all that, just like they do in the arena. And for those players that don't normally get to play with a shot clock, you know, it can be a little bit daunting, can't it?
Yeah, it just really depends on your own style, on your own rhythm. You know, you just have to play two styles, which is super tough. But can you imagine someone playing with a shot clock, getting on the TV table, losing the first set because they cannot adjust? Nowadays, that's just too much. You have to find a way to adapt. It can cost you a game or two, but that's the max. You know, with how well everybody's playing nowadays, you just cannot lose too many games just because of the shot clock. Oh, I hit the one straight in the side. Just a cue ball maybe going to the bottom, but it's a funny layout right after the break, but I wouldn't say he hit his break bad. The one ball straight in the side. Cue ball could have been kissed out a little bit, so a little bit unfortunate to be dead on the rail. And especially if the 7 moves over a little bit left or right, he's got a dead hanger on the 2 ball. So yeah, I mean, it's not luck, it's not bad luck, it's a little bit in between. Now, I would always call the 7 ball and just let the 2 ball ride. Just let it go. Cue ball off the rail, just try to play the right speed and get close to each other.
Is there any danger though? Is there any danger of the 2 going, Tim, if you call the 7?
Well, the thing is, in the end,
well,
like I said, like if you play the 2 ball and you miss the 2 ball, you give a dead hanger, like you leave a wide open shot. In this case, he took the gamble. You see, it's a little bit gambling, but he has a 2-3 combination. If he makes this with topspin, he can actually get out and be in a really good position. So he took a gamble, but I think it was worth it. Yeah,
must admit, I've not heard too much about this guy, but I think we are going to hear a lot about him in the future, Tim. He's looking very, very assured, isn't he, for such a young man? 18 years old.
Ooh, hit that on the thin side. Just barely enough, yeah. Just he hit that a little thin, so I was worried about the cue ball, but actually got great angle. Now, the only thing I could be worried about is that the 8 doesn't go past the 9, so you might have to look for a different shape from the 6 ball to the 8.
8-9 too risky, Tim?
Yeah, I would figure that 8-9. I mean, they have young eyes, so possibly they could, but I would not like that for us, Mark. Well, recently you've been playing a lot of pool, so I cannot talk for you, but for me, I'm not shooting that 8-9 combination. Unless I have to.
You can still give me the 5 out, Tim, trust me.
No, I'm expecting him to play the 8 in the same corner as the 6 ball. Like he's trying to land like on the 2.5 diamond on the long rail. Goal is to just bump that second rail. You don't have to play too firm. The goal is to just bump it and everything else will be fine. Oh, you play it to the corner, okay. I don't mind that, it's more a speed preference. Like I like to strike the ball a little bit firmer, but you got perfect, so how can you argue with a guy that gets straight in shape? I don't like to do all that arguing, you know, he's that perfect. He's looking very solid, Mark. I mean, I'm saying most of the shots are going in the heart of the pocket. Cue ball has been most of it on the nice side of the ball. Doesn't have to travel too much. This is a more traveling shot though.
You know what I liked him about watching him in the first few racks? He's got this lovely ability. When he wants to play a slower shot, he reduces the backswing by a lot, but still gets through the ball, and that's why he's able to make these slower, what looks like a rolling shot, but he's still kind of pushing them in, isn't he? Beautiful to watch, really is. And already on the hill at 3-0, Las Martinez. He's looking very, very dangerous. All those people in the chat earlier on were right. Watch out for this guy. He can certainly play the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said before, I have never seen this young man play, but he's coming out strong, and it's definitely a treat to watch him. I mean, he's been running out very clean. Good cue ball control, and that's one of the things. Like nowadays, many people, many players, they can make a lot of balls, you know, from everywhere. Like the shot making is not the most difficult thing in pool. I think the most difficult thing in pool, if you look at, for example, Alex Begalian, is where they have the cue ball on the string. And whenever you get close to that, I would say, okay, this guy is dangerous, you know, because he's playing so well and he has the cue ball on the string. And so far in this first opening set, this young man, his cue ball has been good too. So far, I'm impressed.
Well, we're waiting to do the draw for the final 32 in the men's Las Vegas Open, but there's still a match going on from the previous round, and it's your good friend Alex Montpellier. He's embroiled in a battle with Emil Andre Gangflot from Norway, and they're into a deciding set at 3-2, so I'll keep you posted on that. We can't do the draw, guys, until they've finished that match.
3-2 who? Spill the tea. Come on. I want to know.
Do you really want to know?
I want to know, yeah.
Emil is 3-2 up, so he's guaranteed a shootout at least.
Wow. Well, at least it's a good match, that's for sure. Ooh, this is a good shot too. This is a nice shot for Adrian, especially with how long he's been in his seat.
Has left a one-rail kick though, Tim, just past the side pocket. Full hit, good things can happen.
I was gonna say, don't play this too soft. Don't just kick this to make it in the corner. Just try to at least get the one ball all the way over to the bottom short rail. Ooh,
Well, that's surprising. Just what you want when you're 3-0 down, ball in hand, a chance to get the arm going, to get a rack on the board, feel like you're part of this match finally. You've certainly got enough talent, you know, Adrian. Played in the Worlds recently in New Zealand. All ball fouls, must be careful of that t-shirt. I'm sure the referee's there having a good look.
well, a little bit off angle on the 3 ball. Might have to run into the 5, but cannot play this with too much pace. Gets more and more angle on the purple 4.
Yeah, that was a shot by a player, Tim, that hasn't had any table time, and it's made him snatch at that one. I think he tried to do too much there. Sure, he could have just gone into the 5, as you said, and left himself a more awkward 4, but that's the thing, isn't it? He hasn't got the confidence yet to start leaving himself those kind of shots. So he's trying to get close to it.
Yeah, definitely try to do more. It's also experience. I mean, you cannot expect these youngsters to to know whenever to stay long on the shot or to get close to the shot. Like it's just tough to to know beforehand. But overall, I mean, PRASAD didn't get too much stable time. Doesn't mean the match is all last, but for so far, ooh, 10 seconds for Martinez. Has to hurry up. Must have called his extension. Just wondering, yeah, that 5 ball does not have the full corner, so might have to play low left to the side pocket on the 5 ball. Yeah, 50 yard. Decent shot on the 5. So I mean, if he can get the cue ball near where he is now or near the 5 ball, would like angle to work with, but can go 2 rails. Ooh, that slide almost got him there. Ooh. I think that slide actually surprised him a little bit if you looked at his facial expressions, but he's definitely gonna take this. He can tap this in, shoot the 7 in the top right corner. But for a second, that was scary.
Yeah, Adrian just sat in his chair there going through it at the moment. I'm sure that 3 ball he missed in the side, if you're 3-0 up, Tim, feeling confident you don't miss that, but it's just the fact that he hasn't had that much time at the table, still hasn't got the arm going, but you know, it's only the first set and he's not out of this one just yet. Still a bit of work to do for young Lance Martinez.
A little bit awkward though. I might have tried to go a little bit more forward and stun the cue ball over for the 9 in the same corner as the 8. But still, I mean, you cannot really complain about whatever they're shooting. They're executing really straight. Like, I like more bigger angles so I don't have to shoot as straight, you know, just make the ball and you get shape. But they, especially Martinez, he's executing very solid at the moment. If you just look technique wise, no movement, very still. Pretty solid swing. Good opening set, Mark.
Yeah, very, very impressed by the young man. Okay, Adrian hasn't really got going, but don't take anything away from Laz, of course, because he hasn't allowed him to, has he? He did have that ball in hand, though, on the 2, Adrian. Didn't get good shape on the 3. Referee there just asking if the players want to go out for a quick break, which you're allowed to do after the set has finished. So there's some stats for you. That Tim, table time 72% against 28%. That's exactly what we were just talking about, wasn't it? The table time, so crucial.
Yeah, and if you also look at 2 missed shots to 1 foul, that is already 3 mistakes just to 1 in 1 set. I mean, we're playing a race to 4. 2 missed shots and 1 foul. Yeah, I'm not surprised. It could have been maybe 3-1 or 4-1, but I'm not surprised with the scoreline 4-0 in the first set. Laz is playing well so far. Gotta give credits when they're due.
And breaking in the second set. Adrian broke off in the first set, so it's Laz's turn, and it's winner breaks from now on. Balls fade. Here comes the break. Breaking behind the line there, Tim.
Interesting. Broken quite firm, but quite the cut. So if you look at the 1 ball, it was too slow to the center, so it got kissed. Cue ball was very low, but it got kissed. So I would suggest him to break the balls a little bit fuller, a little bit thicker. Oh.
I've also seen Tim on that break. The cue ball was hopping and it was in the air when it caught that rail, and we've seen them fly off the table before breaking like that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like he's got good energy on the balls and a good swing. Like he's averagely playing really solid, breaking the balls well, playing well pool. It's just small details, like always. I mean, that means he's playing definitely, what is he? 740 Fargo, that's what I would assume. Like
736.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it looks like it's all about just the details, you know. And that's, I mean, already amazing at his age. So I definitely don't want to jinx him. So I want to make sure that he still runs out. But so far he has. So I mean, yeah. What else is there to say? If you look at his layout too, just gotta make sure he doesn't put himself straight on the 5. That could be awkward to get to the 6. But everything is near. There's some area to move the cue ball. If you get straight on the 7, you have... Yeah, I was gonna say if you have angle on the 7, or if you're straight on the 7, you have angle on the 8 to go up table. But this will be interesting. Are you drawing underneath the 7? Are you trying to stay high? Like straight on the 5, it's not the most horrible, but will be weird to get to the 7 ball. So I might try to stay above the side pocket, like stun, and stay in between the 6-7 and leave myself a slight angle on the 5 ball.
Very solid bridge, as you saw there.
Now, nice shot on the 4, little bit of angle on the 5. Could go 2 rails for the 6 inside, but it would be ideal to get straight on the 6. Would be ideal to be straight. I think he's got fairly straight, and if he has done so, I think he solved the puzzle there. Because it's so easy to leave yourself the wrong angle or a big angle on the 6 ball, and after you're kind of screwed. So, as you can see, like this is what I mentioned before. It's not just the fact that he's shooting straight. He's playing good cue ball control, which nowadays it's such a big deal. So, yeah, I mean, he's just been playing great. Martinez is playing great. Stop shot here is going to give him nice angle on the 8. Maybe draw a hair back.
Too far.
This will be interesting because I don't think there's an easy position to get to the 9. If you go forward 2 rails, you might scratch. You're going to end up on the high side. You can go force follow 2 rails and curve the cue ball all the way to the short rail. But that's something youngsters might not know yet. Or is he going to draw all the way out? He went to the short side. He went to the short side.
Oh, this is impressive. What a shot this is.
Just slightly off comfortable. Just slightly. A ball more would have been so much nicer to him.
Well, he made a 10 Tim in the opening rack, didn't he? Much more difficult than this.
How is the cue ball? How is the cue ball? Look at the cue ball. Oh,
Oh,
no.
he needed a flick off the 10. He didn't get it. Is he okay?
I am not too sure
think
if he's
so.
okay.
Might have to thin it and run away into the long grass down the other end of the table.
Super thin cut. Nope. I like this. I truly like this because he likes to play the distance. He knows that if he had just took the cut, he was gonna sell out. I mean, if Adrian makes a beautiful straight back, sure, but I don't mind it at all, and it's not in.
Well, I think
Also,
this
with how
young lad,
with how
Martinez,
much
is the real deal.
excuse me. Yeah, I agree. I mean, so far I like the way how he's choosing his chances. You know, I mean, what can I say? He's had more table time, played the right shot, gets right back at it again.
Well,
I
I'll
might
hold my
stay in the
hands up.
commentary booth.
I'm gonna hold my hands up and say, look, I don't know much about this guy at all. I've never seen him play before, but I'm gonna say something now. I think this is the best junior I've seen in a long, long time. What a talent this is, and such great fundamentals. He looks great around the table. He doesn't panic. He looks like a seasoned pro already, I think. Look, even the, you know, the sip of water, doing everything right, controlling himself, not getting overexcited, not letting the occasion get to him. I'm liking everything I'm seeing about this guy. I really am.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, what else is there to say? He's been playing flawless. How many visits did Adrian get to the table, Mark? I mean, is it like 3 or 4? Not too much.
In the main hallway, so if someone can be honest and bring it up.
Yeah, I think you're right. And about 3 of those have been safety shots he's had to play.
Take care of you. All right. Thank you.
Broke the balls a little bit more firm there. Good spread, just nothing going in. Tough, no future on the 2 ball, so I'm already... I'm not too sure what he's called. Has he called the 1 ball or... Oh, okay, he called something just in case, but he played the cue ball. I like what he's played there. No future in making the 1 ball at all, so that's why he's played safe.
You're too young, Tim, to remember the great Steve Davis, I'm guessing, but you know, when he was in his prime. But he had this pre-shot routine that he did every time. He would do exactly the same as he got out of his chair. He'd stand up, or take a sip of water, stand up, chalk his cue, walk around the table. He did everything the same, and he did that because he knew that if he had this shot routine that he did every single time, then if anything wasn't going right, he knew what he had to change, you know, very, very quickly. He was very good at adapting and putting right what he was doing wrong without it costing him, you know, too many shots, let alone racks or frames.
As you can see, little flick of the 6. Not making too much space for the 2 ball, so we'll have to see another try. The 3 foul. Adrian could have positioned the 1 ball maybe a little bit better, Mark, don't you think? This is quite a tough 3rd foul.
He was quite some distance away from hitting that as well. The side just didn't grab, did it, off of the rail. Put a lot of left-hand spin, but it just didn't go where he thought it would.
I might consider
ideal.
making the 1 ball and then get a safety on the 2 ball. I. Okay. Yeah. Could make the 1-7. It's like a little bit postponing the problem for me. Still has to get in between the 5-4 for a good safety or a shot on 2. Is he gonna get there? It's like a very aggressive run out though if he's trying to keep going at it. He could. From here he kinda has to, but how if he gets the 6 ball full, that's fine. If he skims off the 4, it could be bad trouble. This could be impressive stuff. If he gets out here, he can put some pressure on last because we've not seen Adrian at the table too much. I was expecting him to go 3 fouls, but the way how he's been maneuvering the cue ball, so far so good. Just a big shot here.
This is just what he needs, isn't it?
Well, to make this a match, definitely needs this game. A little bit of flair, you know, like he gets the speed of the table, the cushions, like he's played a little bit of inside to go 2 rails back and check it. It's important, you know, just that little bit of flair, that rhythm.
It's a sign that he feels a little bit more comfortable now, doesn't he, Tim, after making a few balls, and to run this rack will really put him right where he needs to be.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. It's just that he put himself a little bit more awkward on the 9, a little bit less angle, but he's played a good shot there to get to the 10. So good to see that he's gonna get a game on the board. We need a match here.
Well, I'd like to read a little message that I've just received privately, and if it wasn't match related, then I certainly wouldn't be talking about it. A friend of mine, Jay Garrison, has just sent me a message saying Sky and I were in Chicago during the Junior Nationals in 2016 or 2017, he's not sure which. They were out for dinner, and they stopped by to say hello to 2 little kids, and Sky told him at the time that one brother will be a huge pro one day. I said, "You're joking, mate, the kid's like 7. Sky said, "Just watch, you'll see." And it was. Well, we saw him a few years later at the Texas Open, and that little kid was Les Martinez, and he beat Roberto Gomez on the TV table. So he's got history, young Les Martinez. But anyway, enough about him. Adrian PRASAD has the break back after winning his first rack in this quarter-final of the American Junior Showdown. Good work by Predator, supporting all genres. all disciplines of our sport. World 8 ball, World 10 ball, World 9 ball for the women. Of course, the Scotch doubles, one pocket, Banks. We've got the lot, Tim, here in Las Vegas at the Rio.
Similar to a break he's had before, really square. Just very unfortunate to scratch the cue ball on the side. Just look at the cue ball, very good control.
Terrible unlucky kiss from the 3. Sends the cue ball in the drink.
Now, it will be interesting to get a good angle from the 2 to the 3 ball. Straight is not gonna be good enough. You see, this is little details. When you get straight on the 2 ball, it can be very annoying, but he's got perfect angle on the 2. Stun over for the 3. Opens up the whole game. Small details, but he's killing it. Something else at the table. There's a carom 8-9, so I would not try to mess with a 5-9 combination because you could lose the 5 ball a bit. So would like to play shape for a 5 in the top left corner, and then later on play for a carom 8-9. Queuing past the side, just okay. Slight angle. Doesn't want to be ending up on the rail on the 6 ball. Like as you can see, small angle, so it's more important to have a bigger angle on the 6 ball than to just make the pot here. And he killed the cue ball, just soft draw. Or is he gonna pound it in?
Draw is out for the men's Las Vegas Open, and I'll go through that. There's some really juicy matches in that. Just wait for this rack to be over and I'll take you through that. And the info you need as well, of course, is on ProBilliardSeries.com. So this is the key shot, Tim, in this rack. Look at that, ball's potted.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stats say enough. I mean, I don't think we even needed the stats so far. Might sound rude, but how much have we seen Adrian at the table?
Don't say things like that, you'll upset the pool stat guy, Mr. Mike Salmon, doing great job for us. Thank you so much, Michael. We really do appreciate all these stats. He works tirelessly to bring us all those great statistics. So thank you for that, Mike Salmon, pool stat guy.
Well, no offense, of course, but I mean, I'm just saying Martinez has been staying in good control. Similar thing. He's got a shot on the 8, but doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball. Stun right, 2 rails, center of the table for the 10.
Right in the hot once again.
Big shot though. I mean, he knows he's slowly getting towards the finish line, so let's see if he could slip one here and there, maybe for Adrian. Confident strike. Right in the heart of the pocket, 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and the winner of this will play Hayne McBride in the semi-finals tomorrow. Now let's take you through the draw, Tim. Have a listen to this and tell us what matches stand out for you. Alex Kazakis will play the Vietnamese Hong Min Thai. Max Lechner is up against Alan Rolon from Puerto Rico. Donnie Mills from Florida, the car salesman from Florida, is up against Chang Jung Lim. Wojtek Shevchuk will play fellow Pole Mateusz Sznigoki. Now then, Juan Carlos Exposito, the man of the tournament so far for me. Well, he's up against possibly the favourite for the tournament, Joshua Filler. Alex Paguline will play Ruslan Chinnikov. That's a juicy, juicy tie, that one. Sylvain Gingras is up against Marco Tojca. Nuki Oi will play Albert Wanatu. Woo Kun Lin is up against Polish Radislav Bicha. Martinez Boza is up against Jeffrey DeLuna. That's a good one. And Dimitris Likatis will play Tim Yonkman, one of your fellow countrymen. John Mora is up against Chia Chen. And Dennis Grabe from Estonia is up against Norwegian Emil Andre Gangflot. They will start tomorrow. Back to this one, Tim. Made a ball. How's it looking?
Well, that 3 ball. He's got a shot on the 1, but the 3, I don't think the 3 ball is available. That's the tricky one here. And I mean, it's so easy to say. You could skim off the 3 and still make the 1 and open up the 3 ball, but I would be that scared to shoot that. So I might try to make the 1 and play it safe on the 3 ball. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think he's got the position to still bank the 3 ball out. Like, he's called it in the side 3 rails, but doesn't want to lose the cue ball. He's played a really good cue ball there. If you look at the cue ball, it just moved that slightest bit to get frozen on the 9. This is what I meant with small details before, where he's just been doing a lot of things very strong. And yeah, I mean, the best thing Adrian can do is try to hit. Look at the cue ball. Is that stun run, like just that little bit. It means control. It means that he has some touch in the cue ball. Not a bad hit by Adrian. Got the distance. Of course, would have always liked to have the hook, but it's not guaranteed to make the 3 and get shape on the 4. So I might look for a shape behind the 9 here. Yeah. Wow, he has cue ball control. He has been really good. I mean,
sat in his chair, still smiling, so he's enjoying it out there, and that's a big part of the game as well. You know, we all like to win, but you know, it's nice to enjoy it as well, isn't it? Win or lose.
well, good to see that Adrian's hanging in there. I mean, it's not like he's giving up yet. You know, he's been down, but he's trying to grind himself in this set. Good hit there, at least good speed, try to make something happen. That was a very, very sensitive one. I'm not too sure. I cannot tell from this angle if he has it or not, but that could be expensive. Very costly. If he has it, great, but Adrian's looking fired up, so that means he might be able to level the score here. Open game.
Adrian, residing in Sacramento, plays at Oscar Dominguez's pool room hard times, and I know Oscar has been helping him a lot, as he does with all of the juniors. Great guy in the pool world, Oscar Dominguez. His father, Ernesto, was actually playing here earlier on today. Yesterday.
Seems like he did not get enough of the 4. So he's called it in the corner just in case. I might focus a little bit more on just playing safe and drawing the cue ball behind the 6 and sending the 4 ball to the top short rail instead of... Oh, what? For a second he called that top right corner. So it did go. Not too sure. He's a little bit all over the place. Is it the shot clock here?
He's working hard, isn't he? Nothing routine about this run out. 4 was awkward, and now he's got this 6-7 combo.
Yeah, he's missed the 7.
Has he had a roll? I don't think so, not the way he's walking.
Well, and also with how the 6 ball is dressing up, even if the 7 comes in between. Yeah, it was a must-make combination or sell out. Ooh.
Wow.
Well, this could
Sure
get
what he did
interesting,
there.
Mark. This is a little bit of a tester, just cueing wise, you know, just if he's not feeling the pressure all, if he's feeling the shot clock and the rhythm, he might just pound this in and be good on the 8, but sometimes under the gun, this is one to be missed.
Well, these are the shots you take on in practice, aren't they, to get the old cue arm going. Oh, brilliant. Not just great technique, but, you know, great temperament as well. Bottle, heart, to knock those in under pressure. Champions are made of that kind of stuff, aren't they? They come up with the big shots when they need them, and this is to get on the hill.
A little bit straight on the 9. Expecting him to play full draw, straight back to the short rail. As you can see, slight angle though, so if he plays force follow, the cue ball might curve and stay on the top short rail. That's why he's playing maybe a little bit of inside to make sure he always has a cut. But ooh, look at this.
He's okay, he's perfect. Look at this for a shot.
Wow.
Impressive stuff from Les Martinez. It really is.
The difference between playing that with full force follow and it having to stick with the top short rail, or that in between a stun run and still getting over, is a big difference. That's not something most of the people would realize, you know. There's a very subtle difference in tip position that he's played there, and he's played it very well. I mean, Yeah, I mean, he's on the hill, double hill, and not much Adrian can do. He's made small mistakes. Could have had a couple games more on the board, Mark, but yeah, not too many really.
Just explain to viewers, and by that I mean myself as well, just explain that shot again that he's just played on that 9 ball. What was the difference? What did he have to do to avoid doing something wrong there? What were you trying to say there, Tim? Just explain it once more, please.
So you got the stun, you got the draw, and you got the topspin, but as he was slight off angle, he didn't like the draw because it would take the cue ball more out. So he was playing the topspin, but if you play full force follow topspin, the cue ball would hit the top short rail and stay there. So it would try to go more forward. So he played a super smooth, not force follow, but it was like a stun top where he still pushed the cue ball through to come back all the way down. And it's a very it's a very sensitive. It's just a very sensitive stroke he played there, and it was definitely a stroke where a lot of amateurs would have struggled to get to the 10 ball with the angle he had. And yeah, I mean, I feel like he deserved a little bit of credit there. It was a little bit off angle. I probably would have played full draw and get the cube all the way down, and he played with force, well, not force follow, stun follow, so a little bit different.
Pushed out to the jump here, tempting Adrian. Well, he's giving it back straight away, I'm guessing. Let's see, has he got the full repertoire? Looks like he has so far. Well, there's your answer. Bit of draw as well. What about that, Tim?
Definitely clean jump. I would say the 2 ball goes to the bottom left, so he's giving himself a shot at winning the match.
Keeping it tight, not taking any undue risks. He doesn't have to, does he? He's on the hill, a youngster from New Braunfels in Texas. Sky Woodward spotted him many years ago, 11 years ago. Sky Woodward said he's going to be a champion one day. I wonder, will Sky Woodward be picking him for Moscone in a few years' time, Tim? That's an interesting one, isn't it?
Well, it's always tough to say with juniors though, because I've seen one of the best juniors for a couple of years, and then they go to college and they go a different route, and then I've seen some of them, they've been very slow within the skills, and then in the long run they're making Moscone. So it's a tough one to say, but definitely if he keeps improving this way, why not? Looks like he's got some control on the table too, if you look at his safety game too. Excuse me, Mark.
Yeah, he's an all-rounder, isn't he? I was just going to ask you, Tim. I mean, surely you must have aspirations, dreams and goals to play Moscone at some time, right?
I mean, as a player, you should always be wanting to get to a certain stage, but I mean, I've always been quite realistic to myself, saying, listen, maybe we should set other goals, and whenever I get to those goals, I might enable myself to do bigger things. But my targets at the moment are not like getting to a Moscone Cup or Race Cup or winning a World Championship. That's not exactly the target at the moment for me personally. But
so what is the target at the moment?
I mean, I would say just climbing the rankings more. I mean, I've been steady for a while, so with more practice, more dedication to it, plenty of good things could happen. I'm gonna explore a little bit more of hay ball nowadays too. So we'll see what I can learn from that too. You know, maybe more tip positions, more better technique, as they play very, very solid technique in China too. So there's a lot of things to be learned, and yeah, go with the flow. You know, just I mean, hopefully top 50, top 30 in the world. You know, one day, hopefully. It's a long run.
Well, Dutch 8-ball champion, and you've just qualified for the big event in China in April, so good luck for that. Big kick shot there.
That was
Adrian Prasad.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was a great hit actually for Adrian with not so much stable time. Ooh, that was so subtle though. I mean, he's kind of disappointed about it. I wouldn't be too disappointed, but good chance here for Adrian.
Trying to nick
he
a
needs
bit.
to make a
Just trying to nick a bit, wasn't he there, Tim? Just nick a little bit of angle.
Yeah.
It was just solid straight, but he knew he could cheat the pocket just a fraction, but ended up hitting it full, you know, straight on. So it's not a bad scratch like it may have looked.
Oh, definitely important here. If Adrian wants to make a match out of it, this is definitely the moment, because he's at the edge of a finish. I mean, he didn't really show what he's capable of too. That's the worst thing, you know. Like I don't mind losing in general. It's just whenever you feel like you're not even close to showing whatever you can play. And I'm quite sure Adrian is feeling the same way. So far, he's made mistakes, not the biggest ones, but he's made mistakes. And Laz has been.
This is a tester. This is a real tester now, though, Tim, isn't it? This is a true test now of his character. Has he found that cueing? Is he confident? He's doing the Fedor Gorst crouch down. Is he going to stroke it in like Fedor Gorst? He certainly did. Well-deserved round of applause. That was not easy after what's gone before. We've seen these short races turn round time after time, haven't we, over the period of time that the Pro Billiard Series has been going on. Will that 2-ball scratch change the match?
Oh, pulled one back there. Adrian Prasad will be breaking two with a good break. He could be having a hill set. So, or at least that's how I look at it. You know, when I'm in the chair, I'm saying, well, I'm down, but with a good break. Or when your opponent breaking, you say, well, you know, if he scratches, I have a chance. You know, try to look at the positives. Don't just go, well, I'm down. I'm one set down two. You know, like it's how some people think. That's not the way to go. Well, and if you look at the stats, well, most of it is going towards last, but that's also not something Adrian can change from here. You know, the only thing he can change is trying to play like a 0.900 set from here, steal the second set, play a killer set as a third. That's the only thing he can do. Oh, so many balls getting close. He's not gonna like this.
Especially where the 2 ended up, Tim, as well. That's really unlucky, isn't it? Just can drop this 1 in, but how does he get to the 3, Tim?
Well, as he's so close to the 2 ball, I would assume he can cross over straight over for the 3. Well, I was gonna say crossover in between the 3 and the 4, but we'll have to get perfect speed. He's trying to go forward 2 rails, but that 8 ball plays pretty big. I do like to go forward better than my option to go back, but he really has to play a good cue ball to not get hooked.
How's that for a good cue ball? Absolutely spot on. Brilliant shot.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel the table, the speed that well, he's making it look easy, but could have hooked himself there. So now he was guaranteed to have angle on the 4. Slowly, there's a chance here to seal the deal.
We went to pink carpet just for a second there. I thought, hello. My favourite colour, pink.
Only thing I can imagine is him putting himself awkward over the 8 to cut the 6 ball. So I'd rather draw just like a diamond back, just make sure you have a little bit more cut on the 6, but no awkward stuff. Or can he stun into the rail and out? Don't like it that much. Yeah,
Wow,
what about
that's
you just
confidence.
draw the
Yeah.
cue ball in and out? I mean, I didn't see that coming.
Does he remind you, Tim? Did he remind you of SVB in any way?
Absolutely, yeah. I've seen some
I
things,
think there's
especially
similarities.
stroke-wise. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He likes to play full strokes, similar stroke. You know, like he pulls back the cue most of the shot. Like to play bigger strokes in general. He doesn't do the soft touch kind of shots too. He reminds me of it. Like it's a similar style.
I think he's even stolen SVB's chalk, to be honest.
Well, I mean, this one might hurt quite a bit for Adrian, but honestly, I don't think he could have done too much this match. Didn't get too many visits. The last had, I believe, like 3 breaker runs or 4 breaker runs in 2 sets time. Like he's been breaking the balls decent, getting good open layouts, played some good shots too. So I wouldn't be too disappointed, just trying to take the positives from it, but it's gonna hurt for a little bit, I guess. It's gonna sting.
Oh, this 10 ball for a place in the semi-final against Payne McBride, and in it goes. I don't think Adrian will have too many qualms about losing to a performance like that. Adrian just never really got going, but that young man there, well, watch out for him in the future. What a match that will be tomorrow. The semi-finals are at 11 AM local time in Las Vegas. He'll be up against Payne McBride. Savannah Easton still waiting for her opponent. Will it be Hayden Ernst or Nico Konkel? Join us tomorrow morning from 11 AM live on Pro Billiard TV. Thank you so much to my co-commentator. It's Mr. Tim de Ruyter there in Holland. Go enjoy your birthday, Tim. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget ProBilliardSeries.com for all the info you'll need. From now, me, Mark White. Ta-da.
Good night.